morning, India. We have got a very, very dynamic guest in our Voice of Canada's weekly talk show. Our Honorable Consul General Srimati Apoorva Srivastava with Asphandiar Wadiwalla and Simona Cutone, who will be our co-host. And it's an honor for us that you have come to our show and honored us.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Voice of Canada.
Thank you so much.
Really an honor to have you here.
Go ahead.
So it's an honor to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
I know it's been a hot and hectic day for you.
Yeah, but coming from India, it's nothing can be really hot in Canada.
True.
Yeah.
But we are touching, but it's only few days. Probably we don't have long summers.
Yeah.
Only few days of June and little bit of July. Then again it will cool down.
Yeah.
We are a cold country and cool people.
Yes, and it's getting really hot. I know you don't need any introduction, but still for the viewers, would you like to introduce yourself to all of them out there?
General introduction.
Yeah.
Well, I'm currently posted as Consul General of India in Toronto for last 3 years.
Wow.
I am from the Indian Foreign Service and my badge is 2001, so it's been almost 21 years of diplomatic career.
Awesome.
I've been posted in Nepal. I've been posted in Paris twice.
Wow.
I've been in various positions in India in the Ministry of External Affairs. I've been before coming here. I was Chief of Staff for the Foreign Minister of India, and I have my husband is also from the diplomatic services.
Wow.
Very good.
He's currently posted as our Deputy High Commissioner in Ottawa.
She's a Deputy High Commissioner. That's a news to
So
us.
both are in the same field.
Yeah, we are both diplomats.
Yeah.
We have 2 daughters, 13 and 17.
Wow.
And I come from Lucknow, the north of India. My father was also in the civil service. He kind of pushed me to taking this service, but I really love what I do and I really enjoy being here. Thank you.
Welcome to Canada. How time flies.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it's maybe maximum 1.5 years has passed, because 3 years have passed is remarkable.
Yeah, it's almost 3 years
That
now.
means you have been a busy diplomat over here. Srimati Apoorva Srivastava, inform our viewers of Voice of Canada. As you know, Canada has got 192 nationalities, the largest multicultural country in the world. How do you feel to be posted in such an important station like Canada? It's a metropolitan and it's the biggest well-known city of North America.
No, I'm really honored to be posted here. I've been really honored that I've been chosen to be made the representative of India here in Toronto. As you know, we have a High Commission in Ottawa.
Yeah,
plus we have
Commonwealth country, that's why High Commission.
Yeah, and we have 2 consulates. One is in Toronto and one is in Vancouver. But of course, Toronto, as you rightly said, it's the melting pot. It's the diversity which is so apparent here. When you go to a market, the kind of people you see. It's all nationalities. So, but being brought up in India, diversity is not new for me. Because,
Definitely. India is also a well-diversified country.
India is such a diversified country. It's so much diversity in caste, religion,
culture, rich culture,
language, everything. There's so much diversity. So I know how to be comfortable in diversity.
Definitely. It was not our intention, but we just told you how do you feel with such an important station you have got.
Yeah. So
it's a prized position.
It's a very good position, definitely, because there's a lot of things to do in Toronto. We have, first of all, in the Indo-Canadian community is very strong here.
Very strong here. Yeah.
If you look at Canada, it's 1.8 million people of Indian diaspora. Many of them, I think, most of them would be here in Greater Toronto.
Yeah. Majority are here. But we have got quite a sufficient number in Vancouver too.
Yeah. Plus, there are 800,000 Indian passport holders who are here working PR. So those people, and I don't know if you know that, but Indian students form the largest chunk of international students here.
Lovely.
So there are like 230,000 Indian students in various Canadian universities.
Beautiful. So India is contributing a lot to Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's a win-win situation. And definitely, it's in terms of human resources, definitely India is among the top.
IT
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
We have got lots of IT specialists, Indian nationals
Yeah.
over here.
Yes.
We have employed a lot, Canada as well as USA.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we are really proud of them, the way you all work and you're contributing to the economy of Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and Canada has also welcomed the Indians
Yeah.
very well with open arms. And another beauty is that, initially there were people mostly from Punjab and Gujarat, but now you see the whole
Other
it's a
regions
micro-
are also coming. It's
microcosm
coming.
of India. A lot of people from South, from Northeast. I keep on. There are so many cultural organizations, linguistic organizations, and
Yeah.
I go and see that
Yeah.
more and more number of people are coming from all across.
And they are celebrating
Yeah.
all the festivals
All the
and
festivals,
everything over
and-
here in Canada.
And that is the beauty of being in Toronto. I must confess that there are a couple of festivals I went to which I have never even celebrated in India.
In India,
Yeah.
wow.
And
See
here-
the diversity.
Yeah.
Quite quick
That's-
one. I
that's
think-
why.
I think in India they celebrate everything bigger. Which,
We do celebrate everything, but every state has localized festivals also,
Yeah.
which, for instance, there's something in South which North Indians don't celebrate. So, but when you come here,
Yeah.
you are
You're
Indian
one.
first. And,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
so you celebrate everything.
You're Indian, you're representing your proud country.
Yeah.
And we are proud of you, and Canada enjoys a very cordial relations with India.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have always had very cordial relationships.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's
So that was the story about Toronto. You said you've been in Paris as well, Paris, France,
Yes.
for 2
That
years.
is also
So
very-
how was it like being there?
Paris is wonderful. It was my first posting in foreign service. Normally, you have to choose a language,
Yeah.
your expertise, and me and my husband, we both chose French.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
You
so
speak French
So
I
also.
do. I do.
Are you fluent in it? Oh,
I
wow.
mean, yes, kind of, but it's
Oh.
been a long time since I practiced. But definitely, whenever I go to Quebec, I do get to practice.
Yeah.
But so we chose Paris. So our first posting was Paris, and then we went to Nepal after that, and then we came back again to Paris.
Yeah.
It happens in a way, but of course, France and India enjoy a very good relationship. We are strategic partners. We have
Mhm.
cooperation in all the nuclear
Yeah.
defense.
And we belong to
Space.
G20 also,
Yeah.
na?
Yeah.
Along with
G20.
India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a proud
It's
platform. We share the
Yeah.
platform as G20. India is a proud member of
Yes.
G20.
That's
Yeah.
right. And France has always been very, very, very supportive of us
And welcoming
and welcoming. And both India and France has a very strong relationship. So definitely, I learned a lot there. And as a younger diplomat, and it's a P5 country, so it's such a high profile country for us that we send our best ambassadors, the senior most ambassadors
Mhm.
there. So as a junior officer, you learn a lot from these kind of people who
Yeah.
have these wonderful careers and who
Yeah.
have to. So that also helped me a lot. And plus, I mean, what can I say about Paris and France in
Beautiful.
general? It's
We
beautiful.
love Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, the culture is beautiful.
The Eiffel Tower.
And many more things.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
other than Eiffel Tower,
Yeah.
the culture. I seen my first opera in France. Many firsts happened
First
in France.
things you must experience, and that's why.
That was my first posting. So it's always
Wow.
remains special to me. And my elder daughter was born there. So that
Oh.
way it's very special.
So she's a French citizen.
No, as Indian diplomats,
Yeah.
our children can be Indians anywhere.
Oh,
wherever
yeah,
they are born.
They are born on Indian soil.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So it has been a wonderful experience in France. And
Yes, really,
Yeah.
Canadians are waiting. Can we soon sign a free trade agreement with India? That is under process.
Mm.
And all Canadians are really, really anxious. We can really feel proud to import many, many things from India.
Mm.
India is not more a country, it's a giant
Mm.
tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only Asia, but now for the world.
Yeah.
It has proved in 72 or 73 years' time that we
75 years.
75 years, sorry, my apologies. 75 years' time, you all have proved worth, and your current federal government is very strong,
Mm.
and we are proud of them,
Mm.
what they are doing.
Yeah, so as you rightly said, we have been negotiating the SEPA for a long time.
Yeah.
But recently, the International Trade Minister, Miss Mary Eng, went to India a
Mhm.
couple of months ago, and she and our Commerce Minister, Mr. Piyush Goyal, they have decided that we will go ahead with for instance, if in a free trade agreement there are like maybe 10,000
Items, and you all can give back.
Yeah.
but but the main trade where we do is like 300 to 400. So we are not talking about early harvest agreement.
Yeah.
That is, now we'll have a smaller agreement, and we plan. The discussions
we
are
need it
going
now.
on.
We seriously need
Yeah.
it, because the country which we depend on is off and on with the lukewarm relationships and lots of issues we face with that country, which exports to Canada majority of items. So India can be the best replacing partner in trade.
Yeah, I mean, and we are very happy. And currently, the India-Canada trade relation it's $10 billion, which is
Wow.
like,
Very
which is
big.
nothing. This is nothing. If you look at US-Canada trade, it's like one day of trade or something. It's
1 million.
that small. 10 billion, but the thing is, there's a lot of scope, and we are working towards it. And this early APTA, as we call it, early progress trade agreement.
That's very good.
I'm sure it will be signed before the end of this year. And you recently would have seen that from the side, from Indian side, there's a lot of interest in signing the free trade agreement.
Yeah, both countries are very anxious. Believe me.
We signed recently with Australia. We signed with the UAE. By Diwali, we should be signing with UK.
Wow.
So we are
coming out very well. India is shining.
Yeah.
So definitely we would like to conclude it with Canada at the earliest.
So once it's signed, it means there will be less restriction for import-export?
No, the trade starts.
The
formal trade starts very easily. Under one roof and very quickly.
Okay.
And Srimati Apoorva, you are aware that lots of diplomats who have been Consul General in Toronto have become ambassadors, and they were promoted. So we wish you really all the best, because with your performance and the way you are working so hard to promote India, meeting so many people with so many cultures and diversified, plus your better half, I never knew about it, that he's also based in Ottawa. So it's a great, great honor that both the husband and wife are serving India in Canada.
Yeah.
So how often do you go to Ottawa then? Every weekend you fly to Ottawa?
I let him come. My going is more complicated, My girls are with me.
The girls are here with you.
So
that's great. It's great to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you live in Toronto?
I live in Toronto. Yeah, I do.
And then also we were reading that you you are the Minister of External Affairs.
No, she served.
You served, yeah.
Yeah, as I was telling, I was, basically private secretary, as we call it, or, chief of staff.
Chief of staff,
Or in MEA parlance, we call it joint secretary, external affairs minister's office. Whatever, it's basically looking after the office of the external affairs minister. So I did it.
That's a very important office, because the world calls it foreign office, and you all say external affairs. Ministry. That's we know that.
So of course it was a great experience working with the minister, and mostly with Srimati Sushma Swaraj, and 2-3 months with Dr. Jaishankar. So both were great leaders, and I learned a lot from them.
And we have come across a lot of couples especially from India, husband and wife, who are in diplomatic service in India.
Yeah,
not only in Canada, but even in Asian countries.
In diplomatic services, we have
quite a few. Yeah. I would count around 8 or 10 couples I have met who are husband and wife.
And then you add one more now.
The popular Aftab Seth and his wife were there. Then Amitabh Banerjee and his wife were there. They were fantastic diplomats, and they all became ambassadors, high commissioners, and I think, I don't recall, they may be retired even by now, and the new breed is coming.
So even Preeti Saran, who was a Consul General, she was also her husband was also in the foreign service.
Right.
You have also served in the SAARC also as Under Secretary, Director Administration and all. Will you inform why the SAARC has gone slow these days? We don't hear much news about SAARC countries. Once upon a time, it was a very well-known platform, but we feel that SAARC has lost the charm.
I think when I was Under Secretary SAARC, Under Secretary is one of the most junior levels. So when I was Under Secretary SAARC, it was 2007. We hosted the summit So SAARC, as we know, is the aggregation of like 8 neighboring countries.
Yeah.
COVID also had a lot of
COVID had a bad
Yeah.
impact for 2 years.
2 years, and many conferences were held in virtually. So
We were all
because
virtual.
of that, and of course sometimes some bilateral relations between two countries also impact and there's a lot of going on in South Asia right now.
Yeah.
Lots of activities.
Yeah.
South Asia is a hotbed of controversies and various problems.
Yeah. So all these impacts.
It impacts. It's not like a Western world where the peace and progress is a vital focus.
Yeah.
No, of course, our focus is also peace and vital.
You all are there, but still, the Asian continent is.
There's a lot happening. There's Afghanistan. There's a lot of things happening there. So, of course, I'm sure that its time will come also.
Time will come.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be back with you in a minute. Welcome back, viewers of Voice of Canada, with your host Asphandiar Wadiwalla, co-host Simona Cutone, and we have got a very, very important diplomat from India, Srimati Apoorva Srivastava. Welcome back to our show after the break.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Apoorva Srivastava, please inform our viewers how do you feel that you can foster more thicker relations between India and Canada, and what you are doing to reduce the gap across the bridge?
Oh, as you know, India and Canada are strategic partners. We are natural partners, and of course, there's a lot of community, as I already spoke about. We have 1.8 million diaspora, which is a living bridge between our two countries.
Yeah.
A lot of Indian students. I visit a lot of universities. The faculties, many of them are from Indian origin.
Yeah.
So in businesses, a CEO of Fairfax is a person of Indian origin, Mr. Prem Vatsa. Lot of Indian origin people in various board level positions, important positions. If you look at Parliament, there are 19 MPs of Indian origin.
Yeah.
3 cabinet ministers of Indian origin. If you look recently, Ontario Legislative Assembly, so many MPPs
are from Indian origin. They have come and they have been re-elected.
Yes,
many and tomorrow they are being sworn in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So of course there's a lot of things which are the Indian diaspora is doing very well. So I want to thank Canada for welcoming with open arms and giving so much opportunities. The Indian people are also contributing a lot to the Canadian economy.
Definitely.
The students who will come here, who are studying here, many of them will stay here. They will immigrate.
Majority stays here.
Yeah. And they will contribute in the development of this economy. But not only that, but also they will help in enhancing the relationship with India. This is one aspect. Diaspora is one aspect how we look at India-Canada relations. Second thing is trade, as you already mentioned.
Yeah.
We are negotiating SEPA and EPTA, and hopefully we'll negotiate it very soon. It will conclude very soon. One piece I would like to say that the Canadian investment in India has increased tremendously.
That's so great news.
In 2014-15, it was around $5 billion, but now it has actually increased to $60 billion.
Wow.
So Canada is investing into
India. All the pension funds, institutional investors. In fact, Brookfield has become the highest investor of institutional investor of India across the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a Canadian firm based.
Yeah. So a lot of things are happening on that account. Of course, the Indian culture you can see everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen
in GTA, so we feel we are in India.
Brampton is called the mini Punjab.
You see, you stay in Toronto and downtown.
Yeah.
That gives a little color of Canada. But here in GTA, cities of GTA, especially Mississauga, Brampton, you will find Indians everywhere.
Yeah.
We get each and every item what we desire over here.
Yeah. And all festivals are celebrated.
All festivals are celebrated with great honor, and everybody takes part.
Correct.
And that's why the products are really important, because we're settling here, and then they want the same, whatever they used to have back home, they want it here. So trade is like really important, which you're doing already, which is great.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that Canada is investing in India. How are they investing in terms of land or people or
No,
companies?
it's basically it's an institutional investment. So basically, infrastructure,
Infrastructure and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically it's not in a product or something. It's in an institute. For instance, Bangalore Airport. So Fairfax has invested in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mobile towers,
Mobile towers are being
roads, infrastructure,
Okay.
many of
Beautiful.
things.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
nice.
That's really a news
Clean
to us.
technology.
Yeah.
Clean technology, yeah.
So a lot of things. And India, as you know, is growing and it will continue to grow.
With
for
such a huge population, India has also got.
So we need a lot of resources. We need a lot of technology, and we hope that Canada and Canada is being a great partner in that.
Area-wise, we are very big, but population-wise, we are just 38 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the most unfortunate part of it, but we are growing. We are growing very well, and in God willing, another 20 years, we will be.
And again, India is a major part in growth as well.
Yeah.
Because many of
definitely.
the people migrate from there.
Yeah. Even the immigrants, if we see the number of immigrants, I think around 4,400,000 people was admitted in 2021, and out of which around 90,000 were from India.
From India, wow. So that percentage must be very high.
Very high, more than 20%.
But now after pandemic, we are having more Ukrainians and Afghanis because they are in need as refugees even because Canada is a humanitarian and a very compassionate country. You are aware of it. So we are having those refugees just now over here, and we are welcoming them with our open heart, giving them all the facilities. We don't leave them after bringing them over here. So we take care of them for nearly a year. If you have got such good relations, we must make things easy for traveling. Both the countries, Canadians as well as Indians, they require visa. So they should form some categories. They should be exempted from going to India, like the business community, the student community, the cultural delegations and all that stuff. Because the visas usually take longer for both sides.
Not so much from our side now. Initially, during the COVID, of course, I must admit that there was it was close to 21 days. But now we are issuing visa in a week.
Visas in a week.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And of course, there are some complaints, but that is many of it because the form is not filled correctly or something.
Information is not correct.
But we try our best, and for solving problems, we have an open house every week on Wednesday. So Wednesday afternoon, anybody can walk in the consulate and meet me.
That's also news. Just ask, inform our viewers, any problems. With the Indian consulate, any work, walk-in is open. Nobody knows, So I'm hearing from you a very good news you are given to us.
Any problem with the visa or passport? Or
anything,
any trade or anything.
We are all there, all our officers. You want to meet my person who deals with visa, you can go. We are all sitting in a room.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not there, but if somebody
represents you.
But if somebody says that I want to meet the Consul General, I'm there because it's an open house and I have to be there.
So from what time to what time?
So it's from 2:30 to 4:30, but normally it keeps on extending because people
are there and more and more. So we must inform our viewers that anybody want to meet the officials of the Indian consulate for any reason, for any issues or problems, they can walk in with the open house on Wednesday with 2:30 to 4:30, and even they can request to meet the Consul General Srimati Apoorva Srivastava.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So you have really changed the scenario of Indian consulate.
Did it just started or it has always
because
been
I've
there?
never heard during the Misraji's time it was open house. It was there in practice?
It started, it was the initiative of our foreign minister earlier, and around 4 years ago it started in all the missions, especially the missions with larger diaspora. So that is one thing. We also organize a lot of camps, monthly camps. You go to Brampton and Mississauga because people sometimes can't come here because there's parking problem, all sorts of problems.
The officers, they go to GTA, various places.
So whoever hosts us, sometimes a Gurudwara hosts us, sometimes a Mandir. Or wherever people have a community organization can hire a hall.
Or community hall or anything. So you all are open to that also.
So 4 or 5 people we send normally on weekends. So that people have time to come.
It's a good coordination. It's a good way of coordination and knowing what the problems are.
So that is also there. Plus, we kind of, there's a new on our website, there's a grievance redressal thing called Sampark. So if you have any issues you want to queries, you just write that.
And online also you can send.
Yeah, not a live chat, but we reply in like 48 hours, within 48 hours.
Yeah, awesome. Nice. That's a very good information for our viewers, because generally they are always saying that we don't get response from Indian consulates.
So because
and the phones also, you must.
Phones, we don't respond.
You don't
by
respond
phone.
back, huh? No. And there is no way of leaving message also. That's the issue. Because
we are short staffed, if you will, because the work has increased. So for if we want to, like, if somebody calls me and he says that my passport number is this, verbally there's a lot of mistakes. You can't work like that.
You can't coordinate well.
You have to go in person.
Yeah, and then people then they start explaining a lot. It's like if they speak to us for 7 minutes, then at least there are 20 missed call already.
Yeah,
and who will hear it, will be wrong
and it's
information.
A waste of time for the consulate and everybody.
So that's why
no proper action can be taken.
No action. If you say that my PCC is this, and you say rattle out a number, I mean, you might say it correctly.
Your system is very foolproof. Now you first ask them to apply online. You'll view, vet the applications, and then approach the applicants. Come over with whatever further action is required.
So normally we reply. Many of the queries are answered in Sampark itself. Still, people have queries that, I lost my passport. How do I apply for OCI now, or whatever? Some technical reasons, or somebody's police report is not coming, which is not a normal thing. So then they can walk in on Wednesdays. Even then, if their thing is not thing, they can always.
But you refer all the applications to Delhi? Or no. You'll take decision on spot at the consulate.
It all depends. It's common for all for instance, police clearance certificate has to go to India. So it takes like 6 to 8 weeks.
So every person has to produce a police clearance certificate. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be back with you in a minute. Welcome back, viewers of Voice of Canada, with your host Asphandiar Wadiwalla, co-host Simona Cutone, and we have got a very, very important diplomat from India, Srimati Apoorva Srivastava. Welcome back to our show after the break.
Thank you so much.
For applying visa for India?
No, not for visa. For other things.
For
passport.
For the PR or something. For Canadian government ask for PCC from us.
Yeah.
So for PR or for any other things.
And OCI card holders also needs visa to go to?
No. OCI is like a lifelong visa for you. If you have an OCI, that means you don't never have to come back to us for OCI, for visa. And it's very important also, we'll request all the viewers to apply for OCI, because not only it's a lifelong visa, but also, for instance, there was all the visas are suspended during COVID for 2 years.
True.
OCI is never suspended. I mean,
so they could go to India whenever necessary or in emergency. Oh, very nice. See?
So OCI.
That's a very good information.
Overseas citizens of India.
Citizens of India. That's
we don't have a dual citizenship, but this is our way of giving them privileges.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
And what about the Canadians? They can't hold OCI.
Of course they can.
They can?
Yeah.
Even the ones who are born here?
OCI is only for foreign nationals.
Foreign nationals. So how to apply for OCI?
It's all on our website, but there's a form and you have to produce. We need some, proof of your Indian origin, maybe an old passport or your
parental heritage.
Or,
lovely. That's a very, very good information, because off and on, people, they keep on asking, and then people are not aware. I would really request you to hold some few sessions in Mississauga. We can provide a space. We can invite the people who are desirous of visiting India, the Canadians and Indians and all. And that will be a real good
Sure, we keep on doing it. We do it every month. I mean, I think we did the last one was on 18th in Nanaksar Gurudwara. And before this month, I think upcoming month, I don't know where we are doing. My people.
But do you announce in advance that we are holding an open house or meetings in this place or that place?
Yes, we do press release, and it's on our
circulars are sent via email information.
And
so
a lot of people come, like 500 people come.
I will request yours.
Yeah, please.
Executive Secretary to add us
On
and
the mailing
whatever
list,
the
yeah.
mailing listing, so we can know what activities you all
Sure,
are undertaking,
yeah.
what events you are, the
Mm.
consulate is undertaking. So in
Mm.
future,
Yeah.
we can heartily participate.
Oh, that will be great, yeah.
Yeah. So usually you announce it on the website or only
On the website, on our social media, we
Mhm.
send a press release also.
And,
Okay.
and emails also.
Emails also,
Email.
yeah.
As you are aware that Bangalore is an IT hub
Mhm.
in India, a
Mhm.
Silicon Valley, we call it.
Mhm.
So would you like to throw some light to how the people of that region are so intelligent in technology? Huh?
No, I mean,
So they have some special breed of Indians?
no,
Or,
no, I mean,
Huh?
or they eat something different.
So because they have created a record worldwide. They have been appreciated not only here, world countries.
Yeah.
USA also, they are all holding important position in IT.
Mm.
Canada also IT.
Mm.
I'm from Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore.
Mhm.
And most of the marketing firms here, they sub out some back
Bangalore.
home.
You know, Bangalore, it's not that Bangalore is also has become a multicultural city now. I mean, people from all over India are there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It has become a IT hub.
Yeah.
So many, to become a hub, lot of factors go into the government policies, then you have to have a lot of educational institutions, lot of companies, Infosys and everybody has their headquarters there. So
Yeah.
it has become a hub of things. So
Right.
people in IT gravitate towards Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Top people.
And all the genius people are in Bangalore.
No, I mean, not everybody, of course.
No, IT technology.
IT technology. So, but Bangalore and Hyderabad has emerged. Now Gurgaon also has
Gurgaon
emerged,
also, yeah.
as a very IT hotspot. And a thing which is happening in India is cooperative federalism. Like
Mhm.
more and more states are, attracting investments.
Yeah.
They are giving facilities to people, companies to, have their bases there. So a lot of perks are giving, and various hubs are being created on that
Yeah.
account also. But definitely, of course, Hyderabad and Bangalore are one of the first hubs for ITs.
Yeah.
And we usually see in India, lots of opportunities are given to women. And women have broken the records in many fields.
In India, I think that there is, of
Due to
course,
socialist country, or what are the reasons?
there are some, I won't say that everything is hunky-dory, but for women, I think there's no glass ceilings. We can become anything.
Yeah.
So women were given, equal right to vote much before any of these, any of the
Asian countries.
Yeah.
developed countries, Western countries,
Mhm,
European countries.
Wow.
We were, Indians were, we have all important positions: presidents, prime ministers,
Yeah.
speakers, speakers, ministers, diplomats,
Yeah.
officers. So there's no glass ceiling. I think that it's an equal opportunity for us. Of course, there are few issues. And one important thing that has happened is for the women empowerment is 33% reservation at rural panchayat
Areas.
bodies.
Oh, wow.
So that has empowered the rural women as well.
Very good. Very
So
Yeah.
they reserve the spot for women.
Well,
Oh.
So whatever the party is,
Yeah.
they have to nominate only a women candidate for those
That's
seats.
a good thing.
So in the parliament, your Rajya Sabha, how many women must be there currently?
Oh, I don't have it often.
No, approximately. What must be the percentage?
I don't remember offhand, but it's not
But
so
there
much.
we have seen lots
Lot of strong women.
chief ministers are women.
Yeah.
Very, very strong, well known
Mm.
from various Punjab states,
Yeah.
are women.
Yeah.
And they have proved really worthy.
Yes, of course. So, and scientists, this one of those
Scientists,
mom-
police, army,
everywhere. Yeah.
aviation industry,
Even in the Kokna
doctors,
Yeah.
she's passed
Doctors,
away.
yeah.
doctors,
The Mars mission to India was held
Yes.
basically with women scientists.
Yeah.
I remember this iconic photograph of like many women clad in saris. They were all the women scientists who did the Mars mission.
Yeah.
So it's
Sari is a symbol of India, Indian
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
And they
And it's a
really
proud
look
moment,
very
yeah,
elegant
yeah.
and very, very nice.
Mm.
We love saris. And here also in Toronto, you'll be seeing it now gradually that the women at formal events are wearing sari
Mm.
of
Yeah.
Indian origin.
Yes.
It's a fashion statement too.
And now the new designs and new ways they wear,
Mm.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to ask one question about the OCI. So what if there's an Indian originate or Indian citizen here in Canada, but then their spouses, like, we're diverse, but then they don't marry within the Indian community, but they're like someone else. Can they get the OCI too?
Yeah, there is a spousal OCI as well.
OCI
Oh,
also.
wow.
We will
Yeah.
definitely study, and I'm really interested. Why
Yeah.
not qualify yourself for OCI?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
So for people like us, always there is a
Yeah.
backlog if we'll get the visa or we won't get the visa.
No, you'll always get the visa. That's not an issue, but it's always good to have an OCI.
Yes.
OCI.
And how long does that take?
There is any validity for OCI?
It's valid for lifelong, but after 50 years, you have to go on a website and update your
Okay,
photographs.
50
Yeah.
years, my God, that's a person's life is you
No,
out.
no, I mean it's lifelong. But when you become 50 years,
50 years.
you have to go on a website and update your photos.
Photos
so that
and
you have
everything.
whatever
But
physical
that's a very
changes.
long period. Otherwise, other countries' permissions which are given maximum for 5 years. Like we cross the American border, we have the cards to cross. But that is only for 5 years. And every 5 years we have to renew it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to ask more about your day-to-day activity. I know it's like pretty hectic day. And how do you manage your personal and professional life?
It's always a issue
Yeah.
of how do we manage our personal
Yeah.
and professional life. But it's if I can say very bluntly, it's like you douse the
It's a
fire
task.
wherever there is a fire.
Yeah.
It's a tough life.
It's a tough
Because
life. Yeah. It's a
Every
very-
day, your hectic life at the consulate, you're so busy that
Yeah, and even back in India, it was very hectic. But
Yeah.
we find time. I mean, for instance, if there's something at your child's school, you make it a point to attend
Yeah.
that.
Are they schooling or in colleges?
They are in schools.
In schools, very
Yeah.
good. So they are in the Canadian schools or
Yes.
on any Indian maintained school?
No, it's
No,
in Canadian.
it's a
Canadian.
Canadian schools.
Yeah.
Very
The
good.
normal
Very good.
public schools.
Yeah. And then how do they adjust? Like, because you're always in France or now you're in Canada.
They do adjust. I mean, I think kids are
They are getting
usually
used to.
They like it also, and like me also. After 3 years, we kind of say that where next
Yeah.
we anticipate.
Yeah.
So I hope your stay will be longer in Canada, because usually, generally, in 4 years' time, they transfer a
Yeah.
diplomat.
No, for us it's 3 years, and my 3 years about to finish. So
Oh my God.
I might leave very soon. Yeah,
Really?
I don't know when, but very soon.
And then what about your husband? Will also be simultaneously transferred to another destination?
Yeah, he's also completing 3 years, so he'll also be transferred.
Oh wow! But why there is specific 3 years? By the time you settle down, you come to know people. You are well settled, and then you're transferred. That is a little.
That's the policy of the government, and 3 years, if you want to do things, you can do a lot of things, and
Yeah.
let other people come with more ideas and different approach towards dealing with the same issue.
And how often you are being called by the External Affairs Ministry to come to Delhi for briefing?
Not much.
Not much.
Hmm.
High
In-
Commissioner goes once
High
in a while,
Commissioner
yeah.
goes once in a while. Mhm. Go ahead.
Okay. I think let's.
Yeah, we'll be doing.
Yeah.
So
Have to leave.
it's really an honor for us to have you.
Thank
Would you like to give some concluding message for our viewers? हमारे दर्शकों के लिए कुछ पैगाम दे के what? हाँ?
नहीं, बस यही है कि जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि हम लोग यहाँ पे आप लोगों की सर्विस के लिए हैं, जो इंडो कैनेडियंस हैं वहाँ के, उनकी सर्विस के लिए हैं, और वी ट्राई वेरी हार्ड टू एड्रेस योर ग्रीवांसेस, टू गिव यू गुड सर्विस. तो प्लीज बी इन कांटेक्ट विद अस. कई तरह के लोग होते हैं जो बीच में मिडलमैन टाइप होते हैं, उनके चक्कर में मत पड़िए.
No, definitely. There are lots of people who do the brokerage and various
so
personal
that's why
reasons.
we are available for you guys. That's why there's an open house. That's why there are monthly counselor camps. So please feel free to contact us online. Also, as I said, there's a tab called Sampark. If you go on website and any queries, any grievance, please let us know.
What's the website?
It's CGI Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
CJ.
So we'll definitely be in touch with you
Yeah.
and your staff. It's an honor that you came all the way from Toronto, because traveling during peak hours is not easy on 401, but you made it. And we are really humbled by you. And even our Canadians and the Indian community will be very, very pleased when they see you with us in our show. So keep coming. Whenever there is any news, we can release on behalf of the Consul General of Canada, of India. we are happy to do that. So let us know that.
Thank you so much.
So by that, we will be concluding our this evening's show with Asphandiar Wadiwalla, Simona Cutone, and our great guest, Apoorva Srivastava, Srimati. I must address you as Her Excellency.
No, not at all.
Why not? It's you deserve with your post. That's a diplomatic norm. So thank you very much. See you next week with a brand new guest, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you. Good night, Canada, and Jai Hind.